Hello everyone. On this World Mental Health Day, we, the students of IIM Kozhikode, would like to discuss about the mental health state of students pursuing Masters of Business Administration. Let's first understand what mental health is. It is a state of well-being in which an individual realizes his or her own abilities, can cope up with normal stresses of life, can work productively and fruitfully, and is able to contribute to his or her own community. According to the World Health Organization, mental health conditions account for 16% of the global burden of diseases and injuries in people aged from 14 to 24 years. Students in this age group are more susceptible to such conditions given their hectic schedules and curriculum. MBA program is breathtaking, exhilarating, and overwhelming most of the times. It is designed in a way to train the students to extend such that we get prepared to face problems and challenges of the corporate world. The word cloud depicts the major facets that an MBA student experiences in his/her curriculum. There are academics, submissions, group activities, placements, sacrosanct deadlines, case competitions, and a plethora of activities that surrounds their life. With the pandemic hitting the world, MBA pedagogy has completely shifted to an online mode, making it immensely tough for the students as all the activities had to be done virtually, which has impacted their mental health to a certain extent. We have analyzed the Twitter network pertaining to stress and mental health of students, where 700 tweets have been utilized using for analysis using Node, Excel, and Luix software. In the above network, the red edges indicate negative emotion, blue edges indicate positive emotion, and the gray edges denote neutral emotion in the tweets of the network. From the above network, we can see that in the majority of tweets and discussions, stress is associated with negative emotion. Probing further, within a negative emotion, it is noted that anxiety is the dimension which is largely affected by people in relation to stress as compared to anger and sadness dimensions. Even though few tweets are viewing stress and mental health in positive light, the mean is significantly lower. The perception towards mental health, stress, and sensitive issues should be changed, and it is essential that people normalize talking about these issues. We have conducted a primary research on students who are currently pursuing MBA in a virtual setup across top B schools of India. How often do you think MBA students feel relaxed? Let me walk you through some insights. Irrespective of having prior experience or not, majority of students rarely feel relaxed, which indicates the MBA pedagogy is hectic enough to keep the students on their toes. We wanted to understand if students feel less productive in their MBA. And from the above graph, we can see that the majority of the students do not feel less productive, but a majority of students have prior work experience of above 2 years feel less productive. This might be because they have experienced such hectic schedules and workload in their prior working place. From the graph, we can also see that more than 50% of the freshers feel more productive. We can deduce that MBA is making them push their boundaries and can be more productive compared to their undergraduate coursework. The number of hours that an MBA students get to sleep on average is roughly 4 to 5 hours. After a long day of lectures, you have the night to do the case assignments, solve case competition, toil for committee work, prepare for the next day quiz, read the case for an early morning 9 a.m. class. Oof. And don't get me started on the placement preparations. So sleep is a majority problem in students. From the pie chart, we can see that almost 60% of the students either always or often have trouble in sleeping, which can be partly attributed to the increased screen time in a virtual setup and partly to the pedagogy. In an attempt to understand whom should the student reach out to for sharing their feelings, we have gained some interesting insights. We can see that the majority male students prefer sharing their feelings with many people, including their family, friends, batchmate, partner, counselor, etc., which shows that males are more outspoken and are not shy from sharing their feelings with others. However, there is a minority sector of male students who do not want to share their feelings with anyone and want to keep it to themselves. Coming to the female students, we can notice that most of the females prefer speaking to their friends, batchmates, partners, counselors, etc. There is a significant percentage of female students who do not prefer sharing their feelings with anyone. And also we can notice that this particular sample said female students did not choose the option of sharing it with their family members. We can infer that the female students are sensitive in sharing their feelings and would not prefer sharing it with their family. Maybe because they are living away from their hostels and do not want to trouble their family members with their worries. Few of the major facets in MBA are a cause of stress and anxiety are academics, placements, peer pressure, competitiveness, fear of missing out, socializing and networking with others. Of this, placements was rated the highest on the stress scale, which is understandable because students are worried about CV shortlist, company profile, package offer, placement preparation, getting placed on day zero, etc. as each one of them want to crack into their dream company and dream role. Competitiveness, academics, peer pressure take the second place. Top B school have the brightest students from all over the country who are highly competitive and extremely hardworking. It is at times difficult to keep up in the race, and there is an urge among students to push their boundaries and outperform others, which might result in stress. FOMO and socializing are rated relatively lower on the stress scale by students. The word cloud depicts the activities that majority of MBA students do in their free time to relax themselves and ease out a bit. Majority of the B school students have not consulted the counselor in their institute if they have issues. We encourage you to speak up and seek professional help if needed. If you are a student of IIM Kozhikode, then you can book an appointment with the counselor on the internet portal whose link is there in the description of this video. Few suggestions from fellow MBA students on how to maintain a good mental well-being. And as Haruki Murakami says it quite succinctly, once the storm is over, you won't remember how you made it through, how you managed to survive. You won't even be sure that the storm is really over. But one thing is certain, when you come out of the storm, you won't be the same person who walked in. That's what this storm is all about. And yes, MBA is a storm which will stay with you for a long, long time. Thank you.